does the Eastern Orthodox Church think that St. Augustine is a saint?
Yes. He's called a saint at the Fifth Ecumenical Council.
Okay, did he hold heresies?
He held to errors. An error is not necessarily a heresy. Every church father in some way has some error. That doesn't make them all heretics.
Okay, so the filioque, absolute divine simplicity aren't heresies?
A heresy is something that's declared a heresy by the church eventually in a council. Augustine didn't believe anything erroneous at his time that he knew was a heresy. So the filioque is not condemned until the Middle Ages.
Okay, so before the Nicene Council, if someone held that Jesus wasn't God or co-substantial with the Father, then they were heretics, right? According to that logic.
No, because some errors are significant enough that the person that holds them, it's the attitude that they have and the humility that they have. So, for example, when Augustine writes on the Trinity, he says in Book 3, I am speculating and I give these books to the judgment of the universal church. And if there's anything wrong in them, they can be rejected. So that's the attitude of humility that, for example, Origen didn't have. Origen was obstinate to the end of his life in his heresies, and he did not submit to the judgment of the church, whereas Augustine did. So Augustine's humility is what covers the theological speculations and mistakes that he had. Whereas for the people that you're talking about, it's different.
Okay, gotcha. Was he later corrected, though, by other bishops and other theologians?
If he hands his book to the church for judgment, and church, that doesn't mean that it happens overnight. If the church doesn't in his lifetime judge it, but the church judges by the time of the Fifth Ecumenical Council that he's a saint. And by the way, do you know what book the Fifth Ecumenical Council lists as his preeminent theological work?
No.
Okay, it's none of those books. It's against the Manichaeans. So it's not on the Trinity or City of God or any of these other works.
Okay, gotcha. That was my question. Thank you.
Right, so heresy is a sin of will and obstinacy, not just a sin of mistake or error. And not even Roman Catholics believe that he got everything right. They think he made all kinds of theological mistakes, which would mean that Roman Catholicism is false if that's the criteria, because Augustine taught a pretty strict doctrine of predestination that the Roman Catholic Church eventually doesn't adhere to. So if that's the case, then in the Roman Catholic system, he's also a heretic. But pretty much everybody has a degree of flexibility for saints in the church, because no saint got everything as an individual saint correct. Many of them got all kinds of things wrong. Many of them got the canon of Scripture wrong, and that's an important thing. But it doesn't make them all heretics because they made a mistake. Making a mistake is not the essence of a heresy. Obstinacy and pride is the essence of heresy.